Compatibility of parts. Harley Davidson. Why don't they tell us the truth about this? Catch you inside.
RevelatorAlf.
Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. Hope you're enjoying the channel and the series of videos. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, like and share, leave those comments, and check out the website RevelatorAlf.com. And you can also find there the support links for the Patreon and PayPal accounts as well. That there did that. Aha! Hello. that wasn't supposed to work, but it does. So this is my point. With Harley Davidson, their parts for all their motorcycles. Now, sometimes they claim that their parts won't fit other models, or that they won't fit different model years. Let's get into this one. With Harley Davidson and some of their motorcycles, for the longest time they'll say, well, actually that part isn't compatible with that bike, or it won't fit there, or it won't fit a different model year. Well, in actual fact, it does. Now, I'm not talking about performance-related parts here, like engine or indeed a sort of drivetrain or anything like that. I'm more talking about the aesthetics accessories, more like, you know, the bolt-on parts. Some things will say they won't fit, and others will say they will fit. I've even made videos about my 2019 Sport Glide and saying there are no parts available for here, and then in the comments section, or I get emails later to say, actually, if you try this 2016 part, it does fit with a little bit of fettling. It works quite well. So why do Harley Davidson as a company stipulate that this particular part will not fit properly, or it will not fit at all? If you go onto the Harley Davidson website, you know, for the parts, for example, or if you go into the parts catalogue, you know, it's very black and white. It either fits or it doesn't. And I suppose this is true of all motorcycle manufacturers. So I'm not singling out Harley Davidson here in this regard. But there are a lot of issues that I've already found with Harley Davidson. I was just wondering if you found that too. Have you had lots of incompatibility issues from different model years? Have you had parts that are not supposed to fit your motorcycle, but indeed they do? And what kind of answer have you got from any dealerships, or indeed the company, to say, well, actually it's not supposed to fit, but it does fit, so what's going on? I'd like to know. I'd like to know what this issue is. And I think it's a very simple answer, unfortunately. It comes down to business. It comes down to the company wanting to make more money out of you and I in terms of their parts. Parts, merchandising, obviously is a big thing for Harley Davidson. In fact, it's a big thing for all manufacturers. Of course it is. But there are certain parts which I believe that could be made more compatible, or they could be open about their compatibility with other motorcycles, but they don't, because they know that they can actually charge more money again for exactly the same parts, essentially. Now, I know this is not right across the board here, and I am generalizing, of course, but there are certain parts. So I've certainly found it with my Harley Davidson Sport Glide, not many parts available, and then you start digging a little deeper and you do find Harley Davidson parts that actually may work, or with slight modification may work for the bike as well. I've also found this with aftermarket accessory manufacturers as well. They'll say, no, it doesn't fit your bike as well, but it does. Now, it could be lots of things. It could be light fittings, turn indicators, that kind of thing. It could be covers, brackets, whatever, foot controls, anything bolt-on. Now, sometimes they'll say they don't fit, and other times they'll say, no, they do fit as well. I think it comes down to the data that they're getting from Harley Davidson as well. They'll say, okay, well, we're going to make this part that is very similar to that official part from Harley Davidson, so then we're going to say it's only applicable to that model year, so on and so forth. But actually, it probably will fit another bike as well, especially if you're prepared to customize it ever so slightly. Now, when I talk about customizing, I'm talking about anything that you can do in your home workshop. Just a slight little shaving here, a filing down here, maybe making a hole slightly bigger. That's all that's required. But how many parts are out there that you can put on your bike and you didn't even know that you could put on your bike? In fact, this has become quite a mission for me now, certainly with the Softails, the 2018 plus Softails, and especially the Sport Glide, which I ride. How many parts are out there? So let us know in the comments. Let us know so that we can all find out about this. And also to Harley Davidson, it's very frustrating, isn't it? Time for a break. You can understand any manufacturer stipulating a particular part for a particular model or a particular model year, especially if that model year is different, totally different from other model years. But Harley Davidson have had a tendency to have the same motorcycle with different model years, and every part might be incompatible with different model years for no other reason than it's just a different model year. Nothing has really changed. Now with the Sport Glide, for example, which I ride, certainly from 2018 to 2020, so far, actually, there hasn't really been a lot of change. In fact, many people have wondered why there hasn't been any changing, why there hasn't been the incompatibility, and the parts are still the same. But if you go onto the Harley Davidson website, parts and accessories, here's an odd thing that happens, and maybe you've noticed it for your motorcycle, but I've certainly noticed it for the Sport Glide, and I've certainly noticed it for quite a few Softails as well. You go from one year to the next, and there are different parts available. You go from one Softail to the next, and there are different parts available. Well, actually, for the same part that you know will fit different bikes, that it's not available. You'll go from different geographic regions, let's say from here in the UK and Europe, and then from the United States. Exactly the same bike, exactly the same model year, different parts are available, or different parts are compatible. What's going on? Don't understand that at all. So why are some parts available and some parts not? Why are Harley Davidson saying that some parts will fit and other parts won't fit? It's a minefield. Are you confused? Yes, I'm very much confused as well. Time for another coffee. If only there was 100% honesty from the company. That's all I would ask for. Or 100% clarity. That's probably the better thing to say. Are they lying to us about the parts? Probably not, but I don't think they're telling us the whole truth either. You know, truths, lies, whole truths, white lies, marketing spiel, it all amounts to the same thing. Basically, you're not getting all the information that you require to work on your bike, accessorize your bike, and also, critically, probably the most important thing from your point of view, you're not getting all the information that's going to save you the most amount of money. They're not giving you that information, probably because they want to charge you the most amount of money. A good business model, you might argue. Yep, I can see that. I can see that. But it doesn't help you and it doesn't help me, and it just leads to a lot of confusion. So, why do they lie about their parts, the compatibility from parts of different motorcycles and different model years? I think it's just another revenue stream. They just want to keep that as high as possible. These are unfortunate times for all manufacturers, of course, and Harley Davidson is no different in that regard. So, and they're no different, I'm sure, from any other manufacturer as well. So I want to make that perfectly clear. But there is a big issue here. Now, there's so many variants, there are so many different model years, of course we know that. But I just wanted to see how many of you have had this same issue, not only with older bikes, but also with newer bikes as well. Certainly, let's say with the M8 motorcycles and M8 engines as well. How have you found parts compatibility from different models or different model years? Has there been an issue? Have they changed the bike significantly that you can't really get parts for a particular area of the bike anymore? Has it become a real issue? But let us know in the comments. So while I sit here and drink my coffee and get frustrated about parts and lies and myth truths and incompatibility, I wonder what's going to happen in the future. I wonder if Harley Davidson will change this a little bit. Rewire. Will that change anything? I don't know. Because under the Rewire program, they're supposedly supposed to be ramping up the parts and the merchandise as well, trying to make more money out of that. Well, that maybe means that there's going to be more smoke and mirrors in terms of parts compatibility. Doesn't look good. More frustration. More coffee required. Anyway, I hope you found that useful. A question, I suppose, a question that we should ask each other, maybe the dealerships and also Harley Davidson. You know, are you confused by what parts you can get, what parts are available, and what aftermarket parts you can get, and then other parts that aren't available actually are available, but you just don't know about it? Why? Big whys here. But don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, like and share, leave those comments below, and check out the website RevelatorAlf.com, and also links to the Patreon and PayPal donations as well. And I catch you again. Ta-da now.
RevelatorAlf.